I initially planned on making one video of all the safety gear I've made for Davey, but found it was too much content all at once. So therefore I will make them one gear per video just to keep it simple. I won't go into details in this video about all the stages of Davey's lip biting and how we made his mouth guards, since I covered it in another video already. From his first lip biting at 17 months old, to hand holding the lower lip, using kinesiology tape to hold down the lower lip, to the microstomia prevention device, which was the very first piece of gear that saved Davey from great pain and saved his lip. We had been at our wits' end by this point. We were new to Lesch Nyhan. We knew absolute nothing. Doctors could not figure out what he had. We had no clue what to do for his biting. So when our orthodontist suggested this, we were relieved for the first time in 6 months since he started biting. I know this appliance piece looks scary, but it really wasn't. It was very comfortable to wear, and it really saved us. The biting came in stages. 2 months of no biting, then 2 months of biting. He had a cycle. Over and over. I will always remember the relief we felt when Davey was wearing this lip protector. And you can see it on his face. And with his lip protected, he was safe and he could smile again. But there were times of extreme self-injury still that overwhelmed the device, and the doctor suggested opening up his bite by putting in an acrylic bridge, and I have those details in another video. He eventually got used to it, but the thing that I noted the most about this mouthguard is that it did change his looks quite a bit. And then after like half a year or so, Lesch Nyhan decided to up the game, and then he started biting some more, and we needed to come up with another solution. I found out about thermoplastics and decided to make my own mouthguard because no one else could do it for me. Here's a version for when he bit in the middle of his lower lip, and it was cupped around his chin so that when he moved his mouth up and down, his lip would not come out of the holder, and it protected him really well. I know it was clunky and it looks big, but it really worked, and that's all that mattered for us. It took several tries. I made it for myself just to see how it'd work, and once I found a prototype that would work for me, I made it for him. And we fitted it on him several times until it finally fit.
Happy birthday to you.
But then too much drool pooled in the base of that cup, so I made an opening and it worked well. And he didn't always have his mouth guard on. It was, like I said, in cycles, on and off, on and off.
Thank you.
It's so organized.
What do you say? He's done. Thank you, Davey. Oh, I think the doctor's back.
And when he bit on only the inside of one cheek, we would make a single cheek protector. And then if he bit on both cheeks, we would make double cheek protectors. And we'd go back and forth between the two, or the three if he bit his lower lip too. There are several different types of thermoplasts, and I use the softest kind, which is called aquaplast, and it is easy to mold and it's soft against the skin as long as you smooth it out correctly. You definitely do not want to use the kind that is used for arm braces, like the ones here for the mouth. And of course, when his biting cycle stopped, he didn't have to have the mouth guard on, and he was very happy not to have it on. My husband and I started playing with other materials to see what would work, and we started making the mouth guards smaller and smaller and easier to make and more lightweight and softer. We started making smaller designs that were softer and more flexible, and they were all food grade material because they were going to be inside his mouth. By now we found that there was a Lesch Nyhan group on Facebook, and that most families simply removed the teeth. We didn't feel we were at that stage yet, as we still had other options. We opted to add metal caps to his back molars to open his bite and do root banking of his lower front teeth for when we would need to lower the teeth below the gum line. That way the jawbone is preserved and will not shrink and cause nerve pain later. Best thing about these designs so far has been that they still allow Davey to speak and eat food without needing to remove it. Now, the methods we have chosen for Davey may not be the best for everyone, and we know how hard it could be to make them. So I'm not suggesting that this is the best way and the only way. But for us, this was the way for Davey. Every now and then, once or twice a year, he may have a biting cycle, but we're always ready with a guard nearby. Plus, coupled with his deep brain stimulation and clonazepam and gabapentin, his biting seems under control. We are not sure which factor played the most part in him no longer biting, and we may never know that because we're not willing to take one thing out for him to start biting again, because once you start, it's very hard to get out of that. We are just relieved to not see him in that pain again. And he can enjoy doing the things that he loves best. The top of that list is playing computer games with his brother and dad.